Josephine in my flying machine going up. She goes, up she goes. Balance yourself like a bird on a beam in the air. She goes, there she goes.
Hi, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kylie. And this month on Kids Point, we're going to be spending the day at the United States Air Force Museum at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
And then we're going to go see the IMAX Theater, learn about early and modern flight. Then we're going to see the retired Air Force One planes and the experimental hangar.
All this and more, so stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Allie, and I'm here with Nicole from the U.S. Air Force Museum. So when was the first plane built?
First aircraft was actually built in 1903, but what we're standing in front of right now is a replica of the first military Wright Flyer, which was built in 1909. So this year's the 100 years of flight.
Was it flown?
Yes, it certainly was. It certainly was. The 1903 and the 1909, and we have many that other Wright Flyers that have been flown since then as well.
Okay, and how many people come a year?
We get 1.2 million visitors a year, but that number grows every year. We're in the middle of a major expansion right now, so we're expecting to get in the upwards of 1.5 to 2 million visitors in 2003 and beyond, so we're growing.
Okay, and I saw that new addition to your building. What are you going to be putting in there?
Well, actually, that's going to let us showcase the Cold War era like we haven't been able to do previously. We're rolling out a B-2 and a number of other aircraft. We're going to put our B-36 in there, and it's going to enable us to put everything in a chronological order. So that means when someone like you comes to visit the museum, they can start at the beginning and the 1909 as we are now and go all the way through to the most modern aircraft. It's going to be exciting.
Are you going to put the planes outside, some of them inside?
We certainly are. Right now, as you probably noticed, we have what's our outdoor air park, and we're going to be moving most of those aircraft inside so that you can visit them all year round, no matter what the Ohio weather is.
What are the other kind of air flights you have in the museum?
We actually have more than 380 aircraft and missiles on display here in the museum, so this is only one of many, many examples. Would you like to take a look and see what else we have?
Sure, that'd be great.
Excellent.
Not only do they have planes, but they have other fun things to do at the museum. Coming up next on Kids Point.
One visual, and you have the lead on the right. Okay, got the lead on the right. Sights on. Left 9 now. Nothing else. You got the airspeed on me. Visual. Oh, there you are. Darn, I was hoping you wouldn't see me. It's my turn to gun track. Let's do that one again. Okay.
Just in case you didn't catch the number the first time.
So, you didn't really take jobs as international spies, did you?
No.
And you didn't really move to Istanbul, did you? No. You went out and got yourselves a Serta mattress. But you didn't have the guts to tell the counting sheet that you didn't need us anymore!
Sorry, but our Serta is so comfortable.
You'll feel the difference the moment you lie down. Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
Chicken special with a side of corn.
For a menu that's always at the peak of freshness, count on your local family farmer. Ohio Agriculture. Keep a good thing growing.
And the chicken special.
My name is Amanda with with Mary at the United States Air Force Museum here at the IMAX Theater.
Hi, Amanda. Welcome to our theater.
Hi. So, how is the IMAX Theater different than regular theaters?
Well, IMAX actually comes from the words image maximus, which means big. Our theater screen is 6 stories high by 80 feet wide, which is larger than most theaters. Our film actually fills that entire screen. The film that goes through our projector is 10 times larger than 35 millimeter film and 3 times larger than 70 millimeter film. I brought a piece to show you. This small segment of film is only a half a second as it goes through our projector. Each frame is that large. And 24 frames go through every second. So to show a 45-minute film, we have 3 miles of film running through our projector. The reason it's large is so that we can have a nice, clear picture. Kind of puts you right in the center of the action when it's that big. Fills up your whole field of vision.
How many seats are in the IMAX Theater?
Our theater has 500 seats. So every hour we can have 500 people in here, and we do show a show every hour throughout the day.
About the speakers behind the screen, how many speakers do you have?
Okay, the sound is a big part of the experience here. We have 4 clusters of speakers behind our screen, plus our subwoofers and bass speakers. And if you'll notice, right back here in the back, right over here in each corner, is another whole cluster of speakers. We have 6-channel sound, which is digital, going through the theater. So when a plane flies across our screen, it sounds like it's flying across the theater.
Do you use a special kind of projector to show a type of film?
Yes, our projector is a special projector. It runs the film horizontally instead of vertically. It also runs with a rolling loop, which keeps a nice, steady picture on the film, on our screen. Would you like to go up and see our projector?
Yes.
Sorry it's a little noisy up here, Amanda, but it takes a lot of water and air and so forth running through our projector to keep this film running smoothly. As I told you downstairs, our film's quite large. Here's a film all threaded up, ready to run through the projector. You can tell the different frame lines. And right behind us here, this platter is what is holding our 45-minute film. This is actually 3 miles of film wound up here. It weighs about 200 pounds if we were to lift it off of here. And it's going to run through our projector and then come back and rewind on this platter down here and be ready to show for the next time.
Does your sound store in the film like regular film?
No, our sound is totally separate. That way we can get more actual picture on our film. Our sound is located over here on the other side of the room. We have digital sound, and we also have a backup analog system, which is on film. This is our new digital sound system. It runs off of a disc, just like a DVD. And it's going to put the 6 channels of sound in through our 6 sets of speakers in the theater. It will interlock with the film at a certain point. Our projectionist Casey will thread up the film, get the sound ready, and then interlock the 2 together. So as the movie is showing, we have everything in sync at that point. This is our backup sound system. It is an older system. It's analog. The sound is actually on this 35 millimeter film. It's magnetic tape that goes through and plays on 6 channels into the theater.
Stay tuned. Next morning, we up with Allie in the Air Force Museum.
Next, please.
Well, hello. Oh, great. A talking gecko.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Boom, boom. Colgate's new Ajax cleans all bathroom surfaces up to 50% faster. Use Ajax,
Boom, boom.
the foaming cleanser.
Boom, 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 boom.
Gets things clean just like a whiz. You'll stop paying the elbow tax when you start cleaning with Ajax. So use Ajax,
Boom, boom.
the foaming cleanser.
Boom, 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 boom.
Floats the dirt right down the drain.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ajax leaves no gritty cleanser scum in tub or sink.
So use Ajax,
Boom, boom.
the foaming cleanser.
Boom, 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 boom.
Floats the dirt right down the drain.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ajax, the new scouring cleanser, foams as it cleans. Ajax cuts grease faster than any other leading cleanser.
Ajax polishes with half the effort. And it smells good, too.
So use Ajax!
Friends, go in and see a DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow. And when you do, tell them Groucho sent you.
It takes a lot to keep our aircraft flying. Nearly 750,000 remarkable individuals. Our people are the fuel we run on. Join us. America's Air Force. No one comes close.
Mac the mouse ate bread. He ate cereal. Then he ate new Raid Mouse Killer. Raid! Now he'll never return, no, he'll never return. We have bidden him goodbye. He is gone forever to that great mouse heaven, to that big piece of cheese in the sky.
Raid Mouse Killer. New neat way to kill mice dead. 4 handy bait bags. Nothing to spill, easier to place. New neat way to kill mice dead. New Raid Mouse Killer. And for bigger problems, try new Raid Rat Killer.
I want my MTV. Great job, Ruh-roh. Conjunction. Yahtzee. Rebels probably wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I am your father. Yeah. Roscoe, Tinko, Train, Kiki. And I run. What you talking about, Willie? Give a hoot. Don't salute. Wonder Twin powers. Activate. Form of an icicle. Ruby rats. Love. Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you.
Welcome back. Early flight set the stage for the development of the modern aircraft. Now let's head over to the modern aircraft hangar with Allie and Nicole.
Hi, this is Allie, and I'm back with Nicole in the modern flight. So, Nicole, what programs are there for kids in the U.S. Air Force Museum?
Actually, we have an extensive education program. We host more than 70,000 children throughout the year in school groups and other activities. We have what's called a Family Day, which is the third Saturday of every month where kids can come out with their entire family. It's free. We have activities all day long. We do scavenger hunts for school groups. We do Read Across America, just wonderful activities for children of all ages and for their parents. So it's pretty exciting for kids to come out to the museum.
What new buildings are you going to be adding on in the future?
Well, I don't know if you saw outside, but we have one that's almost finished. We're going to be dedicating our Eugene Kettering Gallery in just the next couple of months, so that's really exciting. After that, we're going to build a missile mall so we can stand up all our intercontinental ballistic missiles. Then we're going to build a space gallery and an education center. So lots and lots of things to come in the next few years.
What are you going to be celebrating this year for the beginning of flight?
Well, as you just mentioned, this is our centennial flight year, so it's a big year for us. We're going to be doing lots of activities the entire year. We're going to be hosting the world's largest blimp meet. We're going to have a balloon meet, International Kite Festival, a radio-controlled aircraft fly-in, a World War I fly-in, and a number of other events. So they're all free, they're open to the public, and I think kids should come out with their friends and kids should come out with their parents to see them.
Well, that sounds fun. Okay, I see. What's this piece we're standing by right here?
This is actually our A20 exhibit. So the neat thing about this exhibit is, as you'll see, all the mannequins, the habitat that we've created. It used to be where we just have aircraft standing by themselves, but now all of our planes tell stories when visitors come to see them, so that children, women, men, grandparents, everyone can enjoy what we have to offer here. So it's neat. If you look, and this is a story of an A-20 in New Guinea in the 40s.
And do you guys make the planes to just show, or do they actually fly before they come here?
No, every aircraft we have in the museum flew or was used in flight testing of some sort before it was retired here. So all of these aircraft, especially in the gallery we're in now, the Air Power Gallery, are very old aircraft. They're from the World War II and Korean War era. So you're talking about the 40s and the 50s. And these all did fly during that time frame.
So, like, after people fly their planes and they have them retired, are you guys the first ones to get to pick which ones you want?
Well, for Air Force aircraft, there are a couple different organizations that are considered, but the U.S. Air Force Museum is the first or second that's considered for the location for all of these to retire. So we have some really exciting planes. We have a B-29 boxcar that was involved in the bombing of Nagasaki. Like I said, we're standing in front of an A-20 right now. We've got B-25, B-24, B-17. These are all incredible, wonderful World War II birds that are showcased here so that generations of people can see them.
That's neat. What's the most popular plane?
Actually, the wonderful part about the museum is there's a favorite aircraft for everyone that comes to visit. So some people might like the World War I aircraft because they have lots of beautiful colors on them. They're more simple. Some people might like the modern aircraft that have stealth-like qualities and are very sleek looking. I think it depends. I love the World War II era, all the bombers that are in this gallery and Air Power Gallery. They're beautiful aircraft, and I think that holds true for all of them. So I think that maybe we should find out what your favorite aircraft is.
Okay.
Next, we'll head over to the presidential hangar where they have the retired Air Force warplanes. So stay tuned.
So, Marge, you got a Serta mattress, too?
Yeah, it's so comfortable. I don't need you anymore.
Oh, Serta makes me so mad. I'd like to rip that mattress apart.
221.
Hey, tell me that wasn't the do not remove under penalty of law label.
So what are you in for? Well, we got caught
tearing a man to pieces.
You'll feel the difference the moment you lie down. Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
I'm Tim. I drive an Aries. I think your typical Aries driver is changing for the better. I like the cool stuff. It's not only the performance, it's the luxury.
G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe, on the land, on the sea, in the air.
G.I. Joe attack! Boom, boom! G.I. Joe takes the hill! Bam, bam! Horrific battle!
Terrific equipment to have a battle with. When you get G.I. Joe and the authentic G.I. Joe equipment, you'll have the greatest realism, the greatest fun you ever had in playing soldier. Box after box of authentic uniforms and equipment, so you can change your G.I. Joe soldier into a camouflage Marine ready for battle, a Navy frogman with complete scuba suit and inflatable life raft, an Air Force pilot with high-altitude helmet and air vest. Get G.I. Joe and get G.I. Joe equipment so you can set up exciting battle action whenever you want. Remember, only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe.
When developing a plane, there are countless experimental designs. Let's go check some of them out.
Hi, I'm with Jay at the experimental hangar. What kind of planes do you have here?
We have a lot of the aircraft that the Air Force developed during the mid to late last century for use as fighter aircraft, bomber aircraft, and space aircraft.
Okay, I noticed this plane here. Do they still fly these kind of planes?
Well, this is the XB-70A Valkyrie. It was an experimental aircraft built back in the late 1950s for high-speed research. There were only 2 of them built as research aircraft. They were going to be bombers, but after they'd flown the 2 aircraft, they decided that they consumed too much fuel and were too hard to take care of. One of them crashed in a test flight. This is the only one that's remaining, and they haven't flown for quite some time.
I also noticed a plane back there. It was called the Lockheed. I wanted to know, there was something in the front of it. It looked like a microphone. I wanted to know what that was.
That's a refueling boom. A lot of the small fighter airplanes, for them to be so fast, they consume a considerable amount of fuel. They can't carry enough fuel in their small bodies, so they use these refueling booms to actually refuel in flight, so they don't have to land. There doesn't have to be an airport or anything for them to land at. They can be refueled by a larger tanker aircraft, and they can go in, they can complete their missions, and come out and cover a tremendous amount of distance, much further than they can carry enough fuel to cover just by themselves.
Okay, I also noticed a real little plane called the Goblin. Can they really store that in a regular plane?
Yes, that aircraft was developed for the B-36 bomber. It was before we had a lot of long-range fighter aircraft to go in to protect the bombers when they go for long-range bombing missions. The idea was they would carry that aircraft inside. If the large bomber were attacked, this small airplane would come out. It would defend the bomber. After the enemy fighters had dispersed, it would be pulled back up inside the B-36, which would continue on and do its mission.
The only planes you have here, is it U.S. Air Force?
No, actually we have a couple of Russian-built MiG aircraft that were built back during the Cold War, and were actually enemies of many of the aircraft that you see here at the museum. We've acquired them through private individuals as well as corporations, and they make a nice addition so that you can see both the U.S. technology as well as some of the foreign technologies.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm here with Dave at the presidential hangar. Are there any of these planes that presidents didn't fly in?
Yeah, there are several in this vicinity. We've got several in here now because of the move that are in here temporarily. But the majority of the aircraft on this side, the presidents did fly on. Including we've got 4 of the big ones. We've got, of course, 26,000 sitting right behind us. Every president up through Clinton flew on it at least once.
What do you do in your job?
Really, we have 2 different functions. Number 1, we have a desk, which we man when everybody comes in and out. We have to count the personnel that come through, make sure everybody gets in and out safely, take care of any calls or any emergencies that come up. And then we have usually 1 to 2 people that we call rovers that walk through the facility answer any questions, make sure there aren't any problems, and take care of any other situations that might come up.
Now, what is this we're standing in front of?
Basically, all this does is show you the width of the corridors through this aircraft. We have 4 aircraft that you can go through over here. They all have these things in front of them. What this does is it gives people that may have, especially in closed spaces, may have claustrophobia, it shows them how wide this narrows down to inside. So if they go through there and they can't really fit through here, or if it makes them uncomfortable, then they probably shouldn't go through the aircraft.
Can you tell me about the history of the aircraft?
Yeah, this aircraft was originally was a presidential aircraft of President Kennedy. It was the aircraft that he flew on to Texas, and of course he was assassinated in Dallas. Johnson, who at that time was vice president, was sworn in on the ground in this aircraft. They were going to do it when it was in the air. He said the aircraft wasn't leaving the ground until he was sworn in. The other famous fact of this aircraft, it was also used by Nixon later on his famous trip to China. When we got the aircraft, it hadn't been restored to what it looked like when Kennedy was on board. There was a lot of debate on whether it was more historic when Nixon flew to China or when Kennedy flew to Dallas. And really, because of the tie to Kennedy, all the presidents up through Clinton had a special like of this aircraft. Even when they went to the 747s, they still kept this aircraft around because of that tie to Kennedy.
Well, thank you for taking your time to talk with me.
No problem. Thanks.
We hope you enjoyed the United States Air Force Museum and the IMAX Theater.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month on Kids Point. Same time, same place, and we'll see you there.
Nearly 750,000 remarkable individuals serving their country. And they all believe they have the best job in the world. Join us. America's Air Force. No one comes close.
The Navy frogmen go into action. Beneath enemy ships, Navy frogmen work swiftly and secretly until... Look how real these miniature Navy frogmen are. The Torchman, the deadly demolitions expert, and the daring obstacle scout. These miniature Navy frogmen swim, dive, and surface by themselves. And they can be yours now. Look, here's where your free supply of high-pressure propellant goes. Ordinary baking powder will work, too. Now, here's how to get your set of 3 plastic Navy frogmen. For each set of 3, send 1 box top from Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes and only 25 cents, or send 1 box top from Kellogg's Sugar Corn Pops and 25 cents. Use the handy order blank on the packages of Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes or Sugar Corn Pops, or mail direct to Navy Frogmen, Box 350, Battle Creek, Michigan. Hurry!
I'd like some gasoline, please.
Yes, sir.
Dennis. Dennis Day, you in a Texaco uniform?
My name is Rodney. Fill it up with New Sky, Chief, sir?
But you're Dennis Day.
It can drive down the cost of driving and save you money.
Money?
Yes, sir. New Sky Chief does one thing better than any other leading gasoline. It keeps valves like this from getting like this. You see, with fewer harmful deposits on your valves, you can get better mileage, and the chance of expensive repairs is much less.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll try a gallon.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Benny.
Wait a minute. If you're not Dennis Day, how did you know I was Jack Benny?
Who else would buy 1 gallon?
Texaco sells more gasoline than anybody else. So why a New Sky Chief gasoline? Because we're first, and we have a big responsibility to drive down your costs.
Have you ever seen a bucket of tears? Jimmy and Jeannie Dickens have, because that's what their elephant Jonah was weeping. Oh my, did he need cheering up. So, they decided to take him dancing. Elephants love to dance. Everybody knows that. Everybody, except dance hall owners, that is. They soon put a stop to Jonah's fun, all because of the big black marks Jonah's shoes were making on the floor. What to do? They knew. Savage Unimold shoes. Savage Unimold shoes never leave marks on floors, ever. And 2 little Dickens and an elephant called Jonah who wear Savage Unimold shoes that never leave marks on floors are very nice things to have around the house.
Snap, what a happy sound. Snap is the happiest sound I've found. You may clap, rap, tap, slap, but snap makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. I say it's crackle, the crispy sound. You gotta have crackle or the clock's not wound. Geese cackle, feathers tickle, bells buckle, beats pickle, but crackle makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. I insist that pop's the sound. The best is missed unless pop's around. You can't stop hopping, the cereal's popping. Pop makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. Let's go for Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Snap, it's crackle, what a happy sound. You gotta have crackle or the clock's not bound. You can't stop hopping, the cereal's popping. Snap, crackle, pop makes the world go round.
Pee Wee Reese has a way with Dodger rookies or Sandlot youngsters. Pee Wee, you do a lot of work with boys.
Not work, Al. I like baseball and kids. I enjoy helping teenagers start right.
Oh, that's around shaving age. And you give them pointers on personal appearance, too?
Yes. A boy has more self-respect when he's clean shaved. I tell him to use a Gillette razor, Al.
You said it. The Gillette Super Speed Razor. And today there are 3. Light for sensitive skin and most younger men. Regular for average skin and beard. Heavy for men who like the heft and feel of a heavier razor. Each is different, precisely engineered. One has the right blade edge exposure, edge angle, and weight to shave you in a breeze. Comfortable, good-looking shaves you may never have had before. And convenient, you change blades and rinse clean so. Choose your Gillette Super Speed Razor. $1.29 with Gillette Blue Blade dispenser and handy travel case.
Irregularity, I suppose you know all about laxatives. Well, there are stimulants like the candy types, bulk types, lubricants like mineral oil. What do you think doctors recommend most often? Milk of magnesia. Doctors say it's thorough yet gentle. So when you suffer from irregularity, get Phillips milk of magnesia. Phillips is thorough and gentle. And Phillips is the kind of laxative doctors recommend most often.
That makes sense.